Hey people, Injured here, welcome back to the Elite League Show Season 5, coming straight into the semi-finals of Division A. This is a best of 5 matchup starting off on Greentooth Gorge. On the blue side is the Season 4 winner, Best Noob with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist who can infiltrate and disrupt some powerful offense. Red side, Man of Faith, also known as Tex, with a Farseer, support hero that fights in melee combat with some powerful buffs and control abilities. Is she going to get hooked off this cap? Nope, she's got wings, because this is the Exodites elite scheme, so I'm constantly going to mistake her for an Autark, I think. Here are the Exodite Dire Avengers. Triple Hormagaunts up for Best Noob, most likely one each sent to the VPs to contest them, because they will rip through early Dire Avengers, especially without a grenade to threaten them. They are starting a fight. Special attack there from the Lictor Alpha, getting a knockback. Really good DPS on the Lictor Alpha by default, like 60 odd. I think it's 63 DPS melee compared to the, I think it's 30 for the Farseer. Getting kind of messed up, and now the Lictor Alpha puts on the infiltration and skulks away to avoid the Howling Banshees that were coming in. These ladies with power melee weapons, so they are a threat to low level heroes. There's the Flesh Hook, goes straight in again. Hormagaunts there to back him up. Kills that Banshee. We did see Guide put up on the Dire Avengers there. Best Noob backs off the Hormagaunts. Are they going to get a model with the pistol of the Farseer? Little poke. Amazingly, they did not drop a model. What is this? It's Hormagaunts bashing a node over here. Dire Avengers. Oh, I think they got a grenade on those Hormagaunts. Look at that. I think I heard it in the background as well. Spore Mine's up. Detonation doing damage over time to the Banshees. There it is again. Doesn't last super long compared to how they were on release of the original Dawn of War 2. They were insanely dangerous. They had that big wind-up explosion that people would time to hit retreating units. It was a big problem. Been nerfed and adjusted and tweaked several times in Elite Mod. Grenade. Dodged by Best Noob. You do that by watching the energy of your enemy. When it goes down, you know they're starting the animation to chuck a grenade. Took a bunch of damage though, down to 4 models. What is this? Lictor Alpha with a Flesh Hook and a kill. Lictor Alpha's Flesh Hook's been nerfed several times in Elite as well. Used to do more damage and fling stuff really far. It is one of the abilities, I think it gets better as it levels though, I believe. It's one of the abilities that gets better as the hero levels up. Runs away now. I imagine a Shuriken Cannon on the way for Tex into a Ranger squad to spot that Lictor, because he's causing tons of problems right now. Farseer using her fleet of foot to get straight up to these Hormagaunts. It does lower her damage, but gives her +3 speed. Banshees and Dire Avengers can also use it once they have their tier 1 upgrades. The aspects. Don't see it yet on the Banshees. Spore Mines being targeted by double Dire Avengers. Can be tough to shoot them since they count as a small target. Get an accuracy penalty. Hormagaunts are grabbing the western side. It's going to be a 2-to-1 for Best Noob. Double generators up for Tex. Triple gens up for Best Noob here. Just go straight into tier 2 with triple Hormagaunts. Do they have upgrades even? Yeah, 2 of them have the adrenal glands. 294 saw a nerf to the Hormagaunts starting DPS, but getting the adrenal glands takes them back up to where they were before with adrenal glands, so it's a bigger buff, but back up to previous values kind of thing. Lictor Alpha has got a Toxin Miasma weapon, slows you down and does damage over time and messes up your damage too. Really powerful weapon. There it is, messing up the Farseer. Can't run when that thing's happening. And the Flesh Hooks, he's getting messed up here. More damage to retreating units with melee weapons, of course, 30% more. Which is why retreats can be super dangerous. Dire Avengers here to contest the middle, but they can't spot that Lictor Alpha. Shuriken Cannon is in play from Tex, the Guardian Weapon team's suppression weapon. Lictor Alpha gets straight up to it though and ties it up. Some grenades for the Hormagaunts, perhaps. They're using their fleet here just to get away. Try to reposition. Yeah, Shuriken got messed up. Here comes the Farseer now. Dire Avengers both turn to engage. So there's a safer option there. Could have tried to chuck the grenade, but if you mess it up, you're off the field, basically. Because the Hormagaunts get you. Fleeting away is an escape. Can then turn to engage. Notice that when the Lictor Alpha gets a weapon upgrade, you see it on his hands, essentially. Those green glows there, but he doesn't seem to attack with his hands. He attacks with these giant talons that are made to skewer people. Why aren't they glowing green? Tier 2 here for Best Noob with just triple Hormagaunts able to contest the map really well. Look at this. They just tear through the Dire Avengers. That's why you need to double up the Dire Avengers to contest them like he's doing here. 4 models each should be enough to shoot them and force them off. They did not get the cap. It's now a 1-to-1. Did get a decent VP lead here though in Tier 1. I feel like the Farsi was kind of stuck fighting the Lictor Alpha, which is not an efficient usage of her time. Maybe she should have stuck to capping a little bit more diligently. I guess she just would have been stalked and hooked off it, eh? Banshees have now spotted the Lictor Alpha. They got close enough to him, did they? Didn't think they did. But down he goes. It didn't take long. Got suppressed, and Banshee's in retreat path is really painful for pretty much everything. Grenade misses the Hormagaunts. Are we going to see another one? We do. I think it killed... killed 3. I thought it killed 1. Shuriken can now try and protect this power. Tier 2 for Tex. That was just a repurchase there for the Lictor Alpha. You can repurchase downed heroes. The cost scales with their level, and it goes down to a minimum of 250 over time. So many players will just wait for it to get down to 250 to repurchase. And since the Lictor Alpha is only level 1 still, didn't even need to wait. Guardian Weapon Team are gonna go mid, I guess, and help out the Banshees. They're taking a lot of damage from the Lictor Alpha, but they've just got enough swords to win this fight. Capillary Tower goes up. That'll provide a speed bonus and some defensive bonuses too. Small defensive bonuses to nearby Tyranids. Speeding up these Hormagaunts. They're going to run right into a Shuriken platform though, and the Banshees with that support can turn to engage. Have the aspect of fleetness here. More health, War Shout and Fleet. And the Exarch, you see her there with those mirror swords. Can be harder to pick her out when she's got this compared to the big old spear. I assume the Flesh Hook is going to be aiming for her whenever it can. Tier 3 for Best Noob, seriously. Got nothing in Tier 2, nothing else in Tier 1 in terms of units. And has contested the map remarkably well. Hormagaunts will flee. Farseer is still trying to back cap some stuff. We have the Armor of Fortune up, providing a defensive bonus. The Fortune ability can be tough to manage the Farseer's energy. She does have Runes of Reaping, which can help her regenerate some energy, though. Does Armor of Fortune give her energy regen? No, it gives her health regen. So already she's got 3 abilities to manage. Fleet, Guide, and Fortune. What's that? That's Hormagaunts capping the mid, of course. There's nothing else to cap the mid. Falcon on the way for Tex. Did not get Rangers. Is that a big mistake? Because the Lictor Alpha has done some great work. Level 2 now. Grenade here, possibly, as the second Hormagaunt group comes in. There it is. Seems to be a pretty good one. Killed. Oh, only 3. The others are pretty low. The damage of the Plasma Grenade is relatively evenly spread over the radius. Area, whatever you call it. Whereas Frag Grenades are much more centralized in the center in terms of damage. Farseer, what are you trying to do, lady? She put Fortune up to try and get the cap, but she just got knocked off it and really badly damaged. Power Bash here from Tex. Carnifex is on the way. Is it going to be a Barbed Strangler? I think a Thornback would do huge amounts of work here, but the Falcon is going to be a problem. It will do damage to vehicles, not a huge amount. I guess the Carnifex can just chase it all the way back to base or something. If Tex makes a single mistake in terms of movement and micro, Carnifex will start getting hits in. It comes out as a big old melee beastie. But he can make it even more of a melee beastie with Thorn back giving it more health. And I think more damage as well. A little bit more maybe. 422 to 315. Tex is starting to get some on the map back now. Hormagaunts have been used really well by Best Noob, keeping out of trouble. I mean, they've eaten some grenades, but that's inevitable. Can they get some rear armor hits on the Falcon, perhaps? Nope, the Falcon will reinforce and can transport this Eldar in the field. Good damage output for a support vehicle too. We have a Barb Strangler Carnifex. Good damage to all targets, with an area of effect and suppression on hit. Not typically considered an anti-vehicle weapon because it fires pretty slowly and it's quite easy to dodge, but it does do good damage to everything. Vehicle getting a little bit of repairs. It's a Wraith Lord, so that's what they've gone for to deal with the Carnifex. Was hoping to see some Fire Dragons, but maybe the Barb Strangler would make that tough. They can use their mobility to maybe dodge those shots. But we're going to see a Wraith Lord. And it's probably going to lead to Venom Brood from Best Noob, perhaps dropped in, which he can do these days. Pretty handy to be able to drop in an anti-vehicle squad. Wraith Lord hits the field here for Tex. A melee walker that can get a shoulder-mounted weapon. Doesn't remove melee resistance as well. This Carnifex here would have melee resistance removed. Look at that big hit on those Banshees though. Got to remember that units, if you haven't played this game, units in Dawn of War 2 have rotation speed. So it's not like StarCraft where you can just instantly jink around. Units have to, you know, turn. They have acceleration speeds and all this. So it can be harder to dodge things than you may expect. A Venom Brood on the way for Best Noob. That was Hormagaunts dying to the Falcon. Shoulder-mounted Bright Lance doing some good work for the Wraith Lord. Solid shots on the Carnifex there. Venom Brood are going to come out of this Tyranid HQ in a second, but it didn't chase back anyway. Now getting some hits onto the power. Might get a full bash here because the Falcon is getting some shots in from range. Here's the Venom Brood. They should make the Wraith Lord back off it. Was maybe a little bit risky to have the Wraith Lord even getting hits on. Took like a quarter of its health there. Grenades missing the Venom Brood. But the Hormagaunts will be okay. The Falcon has taken a small amount of damage too. Wraith Lord does slowly regenerate health because it's made out of Wraith Bone or whatever. Some weird Eldar stuff. Hormagaunts capping mid and also, again, coming to the west side to contest it. Where's that Farseer? Oh, she's got a Singing Spear now. Heavy melee, so can do good damage to all targets. 76, almost 77 DPS. So if she guides herself, that's like, what? 80 something, 90 something DPS heavy melee. But of course, that's only like 10 seconds or something. Carnifex getting some melee attacks now on the Wraith Lord. Wraith Lord might go down here. I think it's going to go down here. One more burst from the Venom Brood. In fact, didn't even need it. Carnifex smacked it down. There's the end of the Wraith Lord. Now what? Tier 3 Fire Prism? Maybe. I want to see some Fire Dragons, damn it. Warp Spiders into Fire Dragons. Warp Spiders can shut it down. So kind of can shoot these things. And then Fire Dragons get in there. Finish it off with some Falcon help. I think that would be a decent way to go. Lictor Alpha, of course, could mess with that. And of course, the Farseer can guide the Fire Dragons, make them do even more damage. But they might just want tier 3 here. Neurothrope on the way. It's another Wraith Lord for Tex. They think the second one will do a better job, I suppose. Maybe be a little bit more careful with it. Just use it at range most of the time. Farseer gets her natural victory point back, but Best Noob has the 2-1. There it is, 306 to 288. Banshee's getting on the eastern side. They need to do this a little bit more. Where are the Dire Avengers now? They're inside the Falcon. Grab the mid, guys. There you go. Maybe put some shields up. Guess it doesn't matter too much. What are you guarding against exactly? The Venom Brood aren't going to hit you much. I'm not sure how it interacts with the Barbed Strangler, if it would stop all the damage from it. Lictor Alpha is a beast here. Got the Lone Hunter for 50% more damage and takes 25% less if there's nothing within radius 30. You kind of have to eyeball that. I don't think you get any kind of visual indication of 30 radius. But the way it's been used to harass the eastern side and the mid, it's typically always at least 30 away from stuff. There's the Neurothrope. Grenades going in. Oh, really well done. Wiped out the Hormagaunts. And then they run away. Didn't want to get hit by the Carnifex shot there. Neurothrope is a cool unit. Unique unit. Doesn't regenerate energy. You need to use abilities to get energy back. Absorb life and Spirit Leech. Has some cool offensive abilities like Cataclysm, and the Paroxysm. Wraithlord taking a lot of damage. More Venom Brood dropped in. Farseer trying to tie up some of them. That's the Spirit Leech there, draining her energy. Wraithlord goes down again. Farseer doing some good damage, but couldn't tie up both of them. Banshees were not sure where they were actually. Got Paroxysm and the Cataclysm taking shots from the Neurothrope as well, and the Barbed Strangler, of course. Neurothrope does gain energy back. He's got this like vampiric basic attacks. Gain health back, sorry, on basic attacks. I don't know if it scales with like how many models it hits, or if it's just if it hits, get this much health. There's that Spirit Leech again. Really messes with the Farseer, right? Flesh Hook came in after she retreated, so she wasn't pulled back. Cataclysm. Tex does have a decent amount of resources. But struggling to deal with that Carnifex, which is now going to march back to base and heal up. Lots of repairs on the Falcon. Shuriken is going to come mid. No sign of a Bright Lance yet. It's actually Dark Reapers for Tex. They'll strip through the Venom Brood's health pretty fast with those plasma weapons. Venom Brood are heavy infantry, and they're a Synapse creature, so Synapse backlash to all those Hormagaunts perhaps. Capillary Towers getting taken out. Get a little bit of red for that. What are Banshees yelling at? Oh, they're yelling at the Lictor. Yeah, you can't really go toe-to-toe with these ladies, the Lictor. It's not great at taking on full squads. Maybe when he gets the that armor that I forget the name of, he could deal with them. But all that power melee damage coming in, it's tough. I wonder how he does with Lone Hunter though. Didn't really see him fight there. Farseer gets Spirit Leeched again. All of her energy's gone. But down goes the Neurothrope. Best Noob made a mistake there. Tried to get the Paroxysm off. This Paroxysm is percentage-based damage per second. So really good against high health stuff. Did that hit? Maybe she was just already suppressed. Didn't seem like that should have hit. That one did. Lictor Alpha now on the east side. Banshee trying to get their capping game going. They might go and fight him afterwards. Venom Brood can't really hit the Farseer. Dark Creepers are on the field, and here they are. They're like Eldar missiles, the things they fire. Reaper cannons or something. Little pew pew missiles. We now have Exarchs for these two guys. Making short work of the power. The Farseer is holding up the Tyranid army here in base. She's done a really good job with Fortune up on herself. Double cap here for Tex. 261 to 229. Does Best Noob get another? You know what? I think he's saving for a Swarmlord here. Lictor Alpha gets to the Eastern VP. Here come infiltrated Banshees, infiltrated by the webway there. So a lot of stuff. Are they going to go after the Venom Brood? I think they are. It's a lot of stuff though. Double Hormagaunts are in there. There's the Flesh Rip as well. Need to run away, ladies. Uh-oh. Are they going to wipe here? There's a Capillary Tower to help them chase. I think maybe they're okay. Grenades might come in here. Oh, maybe not. That's a really far leap from those Hormagaunts. Grenades did not go in the right place, but they made it out. And it is a Swarm Lord on the way for Best Noob. That's going to be really tough to deal with. Going to need a Bright Lance up on this thing, surely. I feel like this thing hasn't shot at a Tyranid for a while. Maybe put it on the east side, be a bit more aggressive with it. Been keeping it as defense for the west side a lot. What is this over there? Is that just Dire Avengers? No, that's the Dark Creepers coming towards the mid on the mini-map there. They don't have their pinning fire thing. Swarm Lord is almost up. Farseer. Oh, she's got the Runes of Reaping to help with some energy regen. And the cooldown of her spells gets reduced as well. And your Neurotope is down, so they can't drain energy anymore. Tier 3 for Tex. Decent time to go. There's that Swarm Lord though. 2,000 hit points of vehicle armor. This thing provides a speed and reinforcement synapse, which, as you may expect, is pretty damn useful. Even the Carnifex will get bonus speed. Pretty powerful in melee combat as well, as you may figure from just looking at that thing. That's a good grenade from Tex. Leveling up the Falcon to 3. Now starting to get some shots on the Swarm Lord. But surely, yeah, there's the Bright Lance. Knows that they need the Bright Lance now. Where's the Farseer? Not close enough to get guide on it. Bright Lance is now in play. There we go. Gonna get a couple of shots maybe before it has to run away really fast. Oh, it might go down here. In fact, it does go down really fast. Hormagaunts jumped on it. Bob Shangley gets his shots, but those Dire Avengers did manage to get in to the Falcon. And Best Noob is going to get a 2-to-1 at least. Doesn't seem like they're running anything to the west side. 95 to 229 on the VP's. Tex did open up a big lead. There's Guide on the Banshees trying to kill this Lictor Alpha. Flesh Hook and run. Is it going to be enough? It's not going to be enough. Down goes the Lictor Alpha. A kick? Really? You finished them off with a kick? I guess it was a power melee kick. Here comes another, what I'm going to assume to be a Bright Lance. Oh, was he trying to get into... These guys are down. I think he was trying to get into position for the Blade Flurry there, but realized I didn't need to. Just got a regular melee attack, and the Banshees are down. Those ladies did well. Really awesome special attack then from the Farseer. Look how much damage that did. Swarm Lord is now fighting Dire Avengers. Doesn't seem like a fair fight, Mr. Swarm Lord. Level 3 Farseer. What level is the Lictor? Also level 3. There it is. Toxic Cysts. That's the thing I was trying to think of the name. That could be good against the Banshees, but they're dead now anyway. Venom Brood shot off the west side. The Dire Avengers can now do some capping on these wreck points. Maybe. Looks like that's what they're going to try to do. Swarm Lord's going over there. It's quite low on health. Bright Lance is ready to roll. Farseer can maybe get guide on it this time. Does increase range as well, which is great for setup teams. Just scared those guys off. Uh-oh, Hormagaunts in retreat path. Might need to use grenades here. There it is. Oh, really good grenade. I was hoping we'd see a Blade Flurry there. That might have wiped him out. A well-timed Blade Flurry. It's basically a big AoE attack. Falcon with the shield up now in tier 3. Makes it pretty tough. Swarm Lord is chasing. I feel like this is risky. Where's the Bright Lance? There it is. This is really risky. Needs to turn around and leave. 78 to 186. Uh-oh. Best Noob Swarm Lord is bugged. There's the Leech Essence to try and keep it alive. If you don't know what this bug is, sometimes a walker unit, like the Swarm Lord, will just stop taking orders. It's like it gets blood rage or something and it just goes and goes. Which is probably going to lead to a dead Swarm Lord here. Best Noob is unable to order it to do anything else. Really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Looks like there's no sympathy from Tex though. Down it goes. 120 red from that guy. Now, does he do a knockdown on explosion like the Avatar? I guess we won't know. They weren't close enough. Carnifex is level 3. But that might be GG because of that Swarmlord bug. Would have been really cool and close ending without that. But we have a Seer Council on the field. Squad of Warlocks with power melee can jump on you. Venom Brood are going to get messed up. Pulled her out of the barbed strangler shot. How nice of you, Mr. Lictor Alpha. And Toxic Cysts did go in. 10 piercing DPS to surrounding units. In what radius? Doesn't say. But it does give them huge health regen, as you can see there, for the 10 seconds as well. 150 to 172. Double cap for Best Noob. Not out of this yet. Not out of this yet. The Barb Strangler is doing huge amounts of damage per shot. You saw what it did there to the Dark Creepers, up at level 3 now. Big shot to the Bright Lance. Did get a single hit. Is it going to die? Doesn't have the energy to Flesh Hook though. The Lictor Alpha. Big hits on the Falcon now. Meanwhile, west side. Hormagaunts took it. Fighting with the Farseer. Getting some good XP here. Just put Guide on herself. And now goes for the cap. I feel like there should be a webway over here. They do have the red for it. I wonder if they want to nuke though. It's only 307. I would get the webways up probably. There's one over here. Oh, here it comes. Seer Council getting a decat. How much does that do? I don't think it hit every model. Still did a decent chunk. Did that hit? It seemed like that should have hit. Maybe because they went infiltrated and invisible like. You guys should be capping while you shoot. There you go. Here comes a Carnifex though. Bright Lance is back on the field. Starts to get... Uh-oh, shooting at the wrong thing. Does it not have vision over there? It must. There we go. Oh, big shot. Oh, it doesn't care. Does not care about being suppressed. I guess the Bright Lance doesn't have a cooldown time. But it is dead. Just got blown up. 52 to 125. I don't know. I feel like suppression should... It should affect every ranged weapon. I don't like that some weapons don't have cooldown times. It just feels off. It's really unintuitive for newer players. Sometimes the suppression doesn't seem to work. Here comes another Swarmlord, but I think it's too late. The Carnifex has gone down. Best Noob just indicated in chat there they thought they might have had the game if the Swarmlord had not bugged out and chased that thing into base. There it is. A concede from Best Noob at the end. Tex takes game 1. It was awesome. It was a fun game. So some good Lictor Alpha action. Hormagaunts are amazing. Went to tier 3 with triple Hormagaunts. Pretty nuts. Really had a good grip on the game and on the map. Seer Council, oh, they did level up. Well done, fellas. Well, there have it, guys. I will see you in game 2. Game 2 of this semi-final, then we are on Calderis Refinery, and Best Noob has gone for a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat with some powerful disruption and support, up against Tex, gone for a Brother Captain, a very durable hero that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful disruption and support, fighting in melee combat. It's going to be triple Stormtroopers and just double their Avengers into what? Maybe Rangers, because they can harass Stormtroopers pretty well, outrange them, and pick off models. It's not like they're guardsmen that can reinforce easily. But Shuriken into Rangers, maybe a little bit safer. And Tech can then get some interceptors or something. Warlock going to the eastern side, straight onto the contested power. Wants that early power, I guess. Probably a couple of gens up here. Dire Avengers might run into the Stormtroopers. I'm not sure who wins that firefight. I think the Stormtroopers maybe have a little bit more range. They have that burst damage too. I think they would win it, maybe. They're 100 health per, they're 100 health per as well. Would be a close fight. Might depend on the exact cover situation, like how many models are actually in the cover and stuff. Warlock harassing the hell out of these Stormtroopers. Used the Destructor already on the fellas that ran away. Killed that fella. And now he's just gonna stare at them menacingly. Nope. Gonna decap. Nope. He's gonna stare at them menacingly. Just wait for his Destructor to recharge, I suppose. Yeah, backing away. Dire Avengers shooting at the Brother Captain, just tickling him a bit. Up to 950 hit points these days. He was at 900 for a while. Oh, it's Purgation, not Interceptors. Got Rangers on the way for Best Noob. Yeah, he's just looking menacingly at their HQ. Brother Captain should maybe get a model here. I didn't get a model. With that hit, there's a Destructor. And they have to run away. Come on, all three of you should be able to shoot this guy down. Oh, Brother Captain's pissed off now. Gonna have a word with his Force Sword. Like this. Special attack did not help Mr. Warlock. Should get dealt with here. There we go. Purgation come out onto the field with their incinerators. Can burn you and suppress you. And maybe we'll see the Psychic Lash, which was changed in 293. It no longer drains health for you, but it does still slow down the unit and damage them over time. A little bit like Ghost Helm, but you get a slowdown effect rather than suppression, I believe. Brother Captain with Viada Hammer and gets a kill immediately. Viada Hammer buffing speed and damage resistance. It was buffed a little bit in 294. It's been changed so often throughout the years of Elite Mod and the years of the Grey Knights / Ordo Malleus. Pathfinder gear up for both of the Rangers. There's a kinetic pulse. Couldn't set up a grenade with it though, because these guys don't have one. Warlock. Oh, it's Champion's Robe on the way. They're going for a really aggressive power bash. Most likely use the Brother Captain to like run defense on this little opening here. Try to plug it. Warlock is ignoring him and going straight for the Purgation. Can they grenade him? Nope. These guys do have their sergeants, but they do get rid of him. Still two Purgation models there. They both have the incinerators. That shot seemed to go for the Warlock there. Oh, this one's getting shots in as well. There's the power bash from the Purgation. Brother Captain using this to block line of sight. Then he can charge him. I said, and then he can charge him. There we go. Decent grenade. Not quite as powerful as the other grenades in the game, but it is a no fuse. They know how to cook those grenades. Rangers didn't quite get another model there. Special attack knocks back the Warlock. That was some good bashing from Tex. Ran the choke point pretty well. Let the Purgation do their job. And they're still doing it. Might just keep going until they drop another model. Here comes the Warlock. He does have the Merciless Witchbane, which is a powerful weapon. There's the retreat. Can he get one? He does get one immediately. Off you go. Brother Captain's running away too. Best Noob can get back to the mid. Rangers continue to be really annoying. These guys are just trying to get close enough to spot them, I think. But they don't want to fight the Dire Avengers as well. They grab that central VP. Grenade has been used, I think, so we won't see one here. No. 422 to 493 on the VPs. Warlock can go up to the natural VP and try and get a decap. And then spread out both sides. Looks like Rangers are going to stay mid. These guys are going left though. Or west. Are you going to reinforce, guys? There you go. 5 power. Get to a per gate. Oh, look. We do see the Psychic Lash. Cripples a targeted foe. I believe it still also damages them. It must. Maybe we've already seen it used, or didn't spot it. 419 to 478. It's a double cap now for Best Noob. Something's going to have to grab this VP, most likely the Stormtroopers. Nope, looks like the Purgation are doing it. Big hits on these, on the brother captain from the Rangers. Boom, boom, look at that. Oh, there it is. Is that doing damage? It is. It's going to kill him. Going to help kill him anyway. 419 to 450 on the VPs. But yeah, the Rangers doing some really good damage to that brother captain's face. These guys do have grenades. They might be trying to hold out for these guys to get close enough to use it. Oh, there's one from the Stormtroopers. Tier 2 for Tex. Best Noob shouldn't be too far behind. And I'd say get some interceptors. And get the silencers for the Purgation, because you might be looking at a Falcon here. Get some interceptors, silencers for these guys, and maybe a Terminator Librarian. Smite is useful, also a big chunk of health that doesn't bleed models for you. These guys might bleed some models soon, because it might be a Destructor for their troubles. There's tier 2 for Best Noob. Are they going to retreat before the Destructor hits? Oh, I don't think he has energy for it. Does not have the energy for it anyway. Grabs that power. Haven't seen a run at the natural power by Best Noob yet. These guys are... Oh, they're not quite clear to go to the power. Dire Avengers are there. In fact, 2 of them. In fact, Rangers as well. They need to run away. Once they take these shots, they most likely will. Gonna lose a model on another one of the shots, I think. Yeah, get out of there, fellas. 419 to 423. Rhino on the way for Tex. No interceptors. Interceptors would be pretty great here, I think. They did nerf the psych out grenades, since they were doing a big chunk of damage, which was wrong. Bad. Now I think they don't do any damage now. Much more of a utility grenade. Those guys took a lot of damage. Oh, there's fanaticism from the warrior acolyte leader guys. I think they give them passively more damage output as well. Or at least they used to. What is this? Warlock is messing with some stormtroopers. Puts up his champion's robe. It's a shuriken on the way for Best Noob here. So has spotted the Rhino. Does that change their plans? Doesn't seem like it. I guess this is going to be a Bright Lance then. Oh, they've gone for the heavy bolter turret immediately. Might have wanted to wait to see if there was a vehicle came out or something. Just saw a little fanaticism there. I think it's 1.5 seconds of damage immunity, which is pretty handy, especially when you got grenades and stuff coming at you. Shuriken should shut down the Purgation. Oh, not anymore. It's got the Bright Lance up already. But there's plenty of stuff in base to come out and fight him. Single cap here for Best Noob though. Tech should get the 2-to-1. There's the power bash. Ground targeting to hit both things. Pretty effective bash. Dropped a model there though to the Rangers. Can they get other gen? They can. And the node. Well done, fellas. What's this? You just shot the node, did you? Rhino going back first into enemy territory. Not the greatest plan. There's your Bright Lance then. Doesn't have vision on this thing. But the Dire Avengers can provide. They have to get close enough. There we go. Man, that was just 2 shots. Look at that. A third of the health gone. And none of those were rear armor hits, I don't think. This Rhino could be in big trouble. And here comes a Falcon too. The Falcon could just chase this thing into base and kill it. Do we have the silencers up yet? We don't. Bright Lance can't really hit this infantry here. In fact, I might just go and shoot it. Might help keep the Rhino alive. Just go shoot it, get it off the field. Here comes the Falcon. Rangers taking shots at their brother captain. The Falcon, much like the Rhino, allows you to reinforce in the field and transport infantry, but it's got much better weaponry by default than most transports have. Look at that damage. Just chase it into base. It's almost got half health already. Uh-oh, now it's turned around. Yeah, that's crazy damage. It's not going to live through. Maybe one more burst will do it. Down it goes. Down it goes. You guys need to get your silencers. There they are. Good damage to all targets. You need the setup though. There it is. Really good damage. Look at that. That was like a 1.5 bursts there. 371 to 347. Warlock can go for the VP maybe, or just standard fight. I say standard fight. Get something else to cap. Nope, Warlock's gonna go for the cap. Oh, it's Purifiers, not Interceptor. They've gone for Purifiers. The Justicar does have a heavy melee weapon, but is he going to be able to get close to the Falcon? They're going to give it a go. They are going to give it a go. Here comes the Warlock though with the leap. Knocks down 2 of them. And then gets into some combat. It should be able to kill him quite fast. And there's the Canticle of Absolution from the global bar of the brother captain, giving health and energy regen, I believe, these days. Yeah, see the health regen. But they're still getting messed up. There's a grenade. Really messed up. Lost another model. 21 red for a Purifier. Wait, how are you guys reinforcing? Does the Canticle allow you to reinforce as well? Wow. Pretty useful. Oh, I think they were just rebuying the Justicar there. It wasn't reinforcing. 371 to 274. Another Rhino for Man of Faith. Surely with a las cannon this time. But it's not cheap. I guess it's maybe a bit too risky to get the Vindicare, because the enemy Rangers could do real big chunks of damage to him. He doesn't have a lot of hit points. There's the hammer. But they're shooting at the wrong target. They might not have vision or range on that thing. There we go. Getting some damage in. Rangers still harassing the brother captain. Has done a great job at that. 371 to 250 on the VPs. Here comes the Warlock. No Destructor. Oh, he's gone for the Witchblade of Kernus now. That's really bad news for the Purifiers. There's the second Rhino, and it is getting the las cannon. There it is. That shot completely misses. Anti-vehicle weapon, of course. But you can't choose targets while you move. It's really annoying. Purgation now reinforcing off the Rhino. Can't reinforce while you're inside something. That would reinforce you otherwise. Dire Avengers grabbing the Eastern VP, the Eastern Power. 2-1 for best noob. They're setting up in the mid pretty well. Warlock ready to counter-initiate the Purifiers. You got Rangers harassing the hell out of stuff from long range. The Falcon, some good weaponry. Rhino is going for a power basher. I think this is really risky. Are the Purifiers inside of it? Nope, they're running away. I'm not sure what this thing's doing. Are the Stormtroopers inside of it? 2 of them are. This is still incredibly risky, this power bash. I assume a power bash. There's only a node there even. Trying to get the rear armor hits onto the Falcon maybe, while these guys harass the other side. They are going after the Bright Lance. There's the Canticle of Absolution again. It does help them, but it's just too much damage to try and heal through. Nice idea by Tex, but these guys just couldn't quite stand there long enough, and the brother captain did go down. Probably Ranger shots. Rhino does go for the power bash now. Should do decently well with the las cannon, but here comes the Falcon, and it's level 2. And where's that Bright Lance? It's right there. They got a few shots. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh man, that was a massive shot on the rear armor. Don't think it can survive. Got some really good shots onto the Falcon, but it's going to go down. Witchblade of Kernus. Oh, did the Ethereal Slash take it out? Awesome. 371 to 183. Really puzzled at the lack of interceptors earlier on. Autark getting dropped. Couldn't quite hit anything with the grenades. I think I'll hit something. Here she is. Providing some passive defensive bonuses. There's a jump around and heal stuff and smack stuff with a little sword. Going for the spear. Those guys using their rending ability to deal extra damage to the Autark. Heroes and sub-commanders will take extra damage from rending. Warlock is now poking some stormtroopers to death. Can they get the double cap brother captains back out? And there's the Psychic Lash again. Seems to do some pretty good damage, actually. She jumped away and healed herself a bit. Getting her shield up. 371 to 179 on the VPs. That's Canticle of Absolution again. How much red is it? I've seen it 3 times. I guess that's why he's only got 86 left. Do these guys still have an ability of their own, right? I don't think we've seen it used. Oh, there it is. It's right there. I think it slows you down now or something. Or it disables your abilities, I believe. Something like that. Something cool. Maybe it does none of those things. The purifiers are down anyway. Oh, there's GG from Tex. And it goes 1-1 into the 3rd game. Best of 5, remember. And I'll see you there, guys. Welcome back to Game 3 on Jorillo's Forge. It's Astartes versus Astartes, and Best Noob has a Tech Marine. Starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support their structures and repair. Tex with a Apothecary. Support hero that fights in melee combat by default begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Got some Black Templars, Tactical Marines all around, no surprise there. I think the Apothecary, I would say, has the advantage in this matchup, perhaps. I mean, how do you bleed Marines that are being healed by this guy with your own Marines? Got no power melee in Tier 1. Guess you got a Kraken Bolt, you might be able to catch something with that. Snipers, perhaps, as well. Tech Marine, Mastercrafted Bolter might be able to get a kill with the high-powered shot, but I'd probably save it for Tier 2 Plasma Gun, because that thing wrecks. Apothecary might be worthwhile getting that Sanguine Chainsword, trying to turn him into a Brawler. With some Assault Marines alongside, Purification Rites, that kind of thing. Scouts here being, yep, 2v1, need to run away, but here comes the Apothecary with Tactical Marines backing him up. Double Scouts for Best Noob here, so maybe we'll see Snipers. Apothecary takes the garrison so that the Tech Marine cannot. Just leads them around this big circular power plant thing, venting, I don't know what it is. That Scout's dead. These guys getting into retreat paths, some melee hijinks, power armored elbows, but they do not drop another model. Tying up the Tech Marine there, and he's persuaded to leave. Can he get straight onto the power with the Flamer? No, suggesting Devastators, I think, maybe, because we have no actual generators up, just double nodes. That could be a slightly later assault squad. Here comes the Apothecary with his melee charge and a special attack, knocking down all 3 models with that domino knockback. Just healed himself there. Scouts backing away. I don't think they have any upgrades, nope. And these guys take the garrison. You can get some free shots onto the Apothecary, all facing him as well, so they can all shoot. Sometimes with garrisons, the windows are facing all different directions, so maybe only one model can shoot at you. But not here. It is an assault squad for Tex. So maybe Bionics. Oh, we do see Mastercrafted Bolter. There's that high-powered shot. 140 damage burst. That will help get models. Look how low these guys are now. Here come Tactical Marines. Maybe they can load in their Kraken rounds and get some shots in. Maybe get a model. They are in range to engage right now. There it is. They're trying to get the generator down in some light cover. Here comes the Apothecary to tie them up, but he's very low. And Scouts there getting a Sergeant. Here's your assault squad. Tough guys that can jump on you and disrupt you. These guys got really close to dropping a model. Tried to finish off the Apothecary with a grenade on retreat. Couldn't quite get it in there. 487 to 436. But that Texas Scouts, yep, they're also getting a Sergeant for that frag grenade. There's a jump. These guys will probably have to retreat now. Oh, maybe not. They got split up by that special attack, and the special attack also keeps you in place for a second, maybe, because of the animation. There's that high-powered shot again. No sign of Bionics. Have these guys used their Kraken bolts? I don't think I've seen them use it. They must have used it, though. Scouts behind some heavy cover. Might be able to time a decent grenade here. Go for their elite training. Trying to fake out the grenade. There it is. Again, faked out. Here comes the Apothecary. Might throw a heal on these guys. Nope. No heal for you. Tech Marine goes for that southwestern VP. The central one turns blue. And the northeast is already blue. Might just be tier 2 with this for best noob here. There's that high-powered shot again. That's really good damage. Grenade is easily dodged. Apothecary able to tie things up more effectively than a Tech Marine, as you may expect. But we might see the Storm Bolter now, because his high-powered shot's doing a lot of work. You might be able to stun him. Oh, actually got a model there. Got a model off these Tactical Marines here. I might be able to stun him with the full auto before the high-powered shot goes off, if we can get into range quickly enough. But no sign of it yet. Here comes some more attacks. Those guys were out of cover while they capped, but they got it with their faster capping trait. 4 generators up for techs. They're definitely going tier 2 now. Sneaky Scouts with shotguns and grenades. And there is the customized Storm Bolter. And because stun keeps you almost completely still, you can set up grenades with it on a single entity quite well. Might be a power push here. Tactical Marine still in the field with 2 models. Assault Squad really dominate this matchup though right now. There's the jump. They did catch the Tech Marine, and he can't use his Mastercrafted Bolter if he's on the floor. Gets retreated out. Apothecary trying to be kept between his 2 forces to get as much regen coverage as possible. Grenade was a nice idea, couldn't quite get it done. And now bashes power with a flamer. Good time to bash power as your opponent goes tier 2. Meanwhile, some scouts here idle. Not sure what they could do over there. Maybe go for the VP in the middle, so they're going for it. There's that high-powered shot. Couldn't quite get a model with it. Maybe targeting the other one. Maybe that one was lower. Oh, look. Tried to use the full auto to set up a grenade there, just like I said. Might have been better to throw it at the Tactical Marines. You like divert your enemy's attention with the full auto. They usually try to micro the stunned unit around. It's like habit, and then you chuck it on those Tactical Marines that are really bunched up there. You got a full bash, including the node. Needs to be careful though with these Marines. I assume they've been healed already. It's a Razorback for best noob. Scout fight. The guys with the shotguns won, but they did get a cap. Best noob there. Got a decent VP lead going into tier 2 with the Razorback almost out before Tex even starts the tier 2 counter. Was delayed by purchasing the flamer there, but I think getting the full back was worth it. It's a good jump as well. Marines here very, very low. Kraken bolts will affect the flamer, affects all your weapons, even the melee, for that 20% more damage to heavy armor. Here's your Razorback though. Oh, they dropped another model. 75 requisition, remember, to reinforce a Tactical Marine. Used to be 83 back in the day when they were 500 requisition. Here comes tier 2 for Tex, halfway there. I assume these guys will get their melter bomb pretty much immediately to help deal with this Razorback. Not sure what else we'll see. Missile launcher is a possibility, of course. Was that mastercrafted bolter worth it? Put a lot of damage on, help get the model down here? Maybe, I think so. The plasma gun is just so good. Doesn't stop him getting the plasma gun as well, of course. Razorback might be pretty close to getting a model, depending on what's been shot at the most. Health is tracked per model, but there's no way to know what has what. Grenade is dodged. Really messed up that bush, though. Are we going to see full auto? Oh, high-powered shot on the... Oh, he's gone for the plasma gun. On the Tactical Marines and the Tech Marine. I'm not sure I would have gone for that, especially when there's Assault Marines when I can just jump the Tech Marine. But, who am I to say? Oh, Sneaky Scout's got the Tech Marine there. 475 to 290. Oh, Stern Guard Veterans on the way. I was going to say, what are the Tactical Marines doing about this Razorback? They are going to use some Vengeance rounds. And combined with the Melter Bomb, that might be enough. Here comes a Whirlwind now for Tex. Stern Guard called in. Replaces your Tactical Marines with these fellas that are first company. So they can change their ammo to combat all targets. They are limited to 1. And Vengeance rounds are loaded in to combat the vehicle. There's the Melter. And now Vengeance rounds are on rear armor. We do see the global repair from Best Noob, but it's not going to be enough. Look how much damage that Melter did. I think that was a rear armor Melter, wasn't it? Down it goes. We do have Devastators in play. They're going to get jumped. No, they're not. These guys don't have the energy. Switching to Hellfire to combat the Scouts. Doing damage over time to Light Infantry and Heroes. But to combat the Marines, yeah, you want to get your Kraken rounds in. Extra damage to Heroes and Heavy Infantry. It's another Razorback for Best Noob. Whirlwind, I don't think... There we go. I was going to say, I don't think it's got a shot yet, but there's a shot. Awesome disruption from long range. Potentially, it's not the most accurate thing ever. Can't always rely on it to hit what you want it to hit. It's done a good job here so far. Got 2 of those models and got the Devastators. And these guys are going to grab... No, they're not. Oh, conceded Best Noob. That was an early concede, I think. I mean, the Tech Marine was down. Lost the Razorback, but I had another one on the way. I guess they didn't really have a great way of dealing with the Assault Squad, did they? I mean, you got Shotgun Scouts. There was no Bionics, even if this guy was up. No Axe. I mean, it could have been done. A little bit of fatigue here from Best Noob, maybe. So it goes 2-1 for Tex, and we go into the 4th game. Best of 5, remember. So Tex does need to win the next one as well. And I'll see you then. Welcome back to Game 4 of this series. We are on Quest's Heresy, and it's looking very green because it's not only Orks v Orks, but Mechboy versus Mechboy. Oh, they have the same colour scheme as well. Maybe they're twins. These guys teleport around and shoot you pretty good. Have some versatile Orky gadgets as well. Who can get the most electric armour going, maybe? Double shooters for both. Wow, really no triple slugger openings? That would have been fun. There's your L. Someone always asks what the L is about. That's just telling the Elite report system that it's a league game. Which most of the time works. There was some malfunctions this season. Like a bunch of the games went missing completely. And other times you try to download a game and the system gives you another one. Which was fun. That's part of the reason why I came straight into these semi-finals. Some of those quarter-final games were missing. I did get a bunch of them from Adilla. helped me out, who was refereeing most of the games, so they were able to save them themselves. There's that single cap, that glorious single cap for Best Noob. They came straight for this central wreck point, which was interesting. What? Why was there an Ork over here? Well, he's dead now. I think it was one of these guys from Tex. Down to 3 models. These pipes are heavy cover. This mech boy got messed up though for Best Noob. Here comes some top-notch sluggers. And some more sluggers, of course, from the other side. Already confused about who's who. Got to keep an eye on the unit decorators, I suppose. So there's a single cap now for Best Noob. What do we go into here? I think having a pain boy on your side, if the enemy Ork doesn't have one, it's a pretty big advantage. Because even if they get Storm Boys up, right? Your sluggers should be able to pile into enemy sluggers and Storm Boys with a pain boy heal and do pretty damn well, especially if there was a battery pack heal as well. But we have electric armor here for Best Noob. Teleporting away here is Tex. 3 sluggers got away. Got a nice decap there. Look at the map turning very red. Looks like Best Noob orked it the best early on, even though one of them went for a little journey over there for some reason. The mech of Tex fights off the mech of Best Noob. There is that electric armor. Power melee DPS around the mech boy, but it does drain his energy while it's active. But if they all mob up, as Orks often do, look at this. Do some serious work. Storm Boys for Best Noob. I think a Pain Boy would be pretty good for Tex here. Also, won't take huge amounts of damage from the... Oh, it's more Storm Boys. Just get exactly the same army, guys. It's fine. Ugh, says Tex. I'm not sure why. What happened? I don't know. Nothing died. As far as I can see. One of these fellas died. Maybe they're just morose about the map situation here being very red. Well, it was very red. They brought it back a bit. Here comes some Storm Boys for Best Noob. There's a lot of stuff for you guys to fight. Burners up on the sluggers too. Yeah, if they pile them all in, he'll win because of the electric armor. Tex doesn't have anything on the mech boy yet. Maybe they have more upgraded shooters. Yes, they have big shooters on both of the shooter boys. There's the electric armor. As Storm Boys chase off Storm Boys. Typically you'll see him teleported in and then you put him on melee stance so he chases stuff around in melee. There's the global from the mech boy. Love the Daka. Or is it more Daka? I think it's more Daka. Might get a full power bash here as well. Oh, sluggers, did they wipe? No, they're still alive. One fella here. In fact, 2 fellas. Well done, guys. On 27 hit points. How did they manage that? Very, very close to going down. It's electric armor now for Tex. You saw how much of a difference it made for Best Noob to be able to get that electric armor push. Allowed his units to drive through the mid because the shooter boys were not here. Oh, Best Noob drops the sluggers. They did go down. The mech boy of Tex on retreat path got him. So that's alright, because those guys had burners as well. You guys have burners? Nope. Replaces the sluggers though, does Best Noob. And they've got a bunch of reinforcing to do. Here's the second slugger squad. Instantly gets the burners up. 15 power these days for some more hit points and power melee weapons and fire. We have Knob Leaders up for Best Noob shooters now. Which Tex doesn't have, but they do have that suppression on demand and the big shooters DPS. Where's that electric armor? Didn't turn it on. And then ran away from all the melee stuff. Those guys able to jump out. And then probably retreat. Oh, they want to kill the mech boy. Yeah, just run away, guys. Amazingly, Storm Boys, infamous for their ability to just fall over, have not dropped a model here. Can they get away? Can they do it? They can. Not enough Daka there. Shooter boys getting a big shooter. No weapon upgrades yet. A death gun would do some work here, maybe, because you can just teleport away from the storm boys. Although it would probably turn you around and have you facing the other way if you teleport away from something. Double shooters, fully upgraded, pretty good at bashing power as it goes. Here comes the mech with a little burst of electric armor just to get them moving. It's a good jump. There's no stun or disruption or anything until you get to tier 2 and get that knob leader. But it was a pretty good place to jump. They're trying to split and fight. A little bit of suppression there from Best Noob. Helps the Storm Boys get back onto him. And they do get away. That was a good play. Here's the Storm Boys of Tex. These guys still in trouble. That was another jump. Getting chopped up there. The Storm Boys do have power melee. Doesn't make a huge amount of difference in Orks versus Orks tier 1 since there's no heavy infantry around. But the heroes themselves will take more damage with their hero armor. Can they kill these sluggers again? Surely they can. How are you guys alive? Wow. 2 hit points. That's how bad Storm Boys are at chasing. Did they not get a single hit there when they jumped? They must have got one. I'm amazed they're alive. I am amazed. More Storm Boy chopping us onto Storm Boys. Mech Boy runs away. 367 to 423. VP lead for Best Noob. And they should get tier 2 first. And I imagine a Weird Boy. Which will do a hell of a lot of work here. What is this? Oh, it's Sluggers dying as they cap. They only dropped one model. And they did get a decap, but they're kind of stuck here. Might just want to run away, guys. Popping their War for a little bit more speed. The Storm Boys in retreat path, and there's some suppression as well. Need to run, guys. There we go. Taking some hits as they go. Taking a lot of hits as they go. There's the jump. Tries to finish them off. But yeah, not great at getting those hits in once they jump, because they like to do another little, very clumsy Storm Boy jump before they hit you. And that usually lets you get away. Mech Boy levels to 2. This is Tex. What about you? You're already level 2. And there's some electric armor from Best Noob. Pretty nasty. And since it's power melee, it does extra damage to retreating units, I imagine. Are you going to die now? After all that electric armor? Nope. Saved by a mob of greenskins. Haven't seen a lot of electric armor usage from Tex. Maybe I'm just confused about what I'm seeing. When. Which, you know, never happens. Tier 2 for Best Noob. They are indeed the first player to go, but not by much. I thought it would have been a little bit more of a tech lead than that. But I guess they did have to replace their sluggers and then give them burners again. I thought maybe they killed slightly more Storm Boys than Tex did, but I might be completely wrong. Did they both fully upgrade their shooter boys? They did. I thought maybe one, seeing that the other player was upgrading their units like crazy, would try and just rush tier 2 and Death Dread. 314 to 423. Double cap for Best Noob. Gonna get a triple, in fact. Oh, maybe not. Those guys got scared off. I think they should have finished that cap there. Here's more Daka and another electric armor. Storm Boys jumping in. These guys did get pretty low. A good split, and they aim in what's that to suppress them as well. Just smart play from Best Noob. Textbook. Looks like Tex. Did they... Yeah, they fought off those sluggers. And you know what? They killed those sluggers. Those sluggers are gone. Right there. I think. I imagine. They all look the same. But yeah, those sluggers were destroyed while I was looking at other stuff. Level 3 mech now for Best Noob. What's he up to? He's retreating. Those guys do a dramatic jump to get the cap going. And Tex comes for this contested southeast VP. It's a war truck for Best Noob. I was expecting basically anything else. I thought we'd see a Death Dread or a Weird Boy before this thing. War truck also for Tex. Alrighty then. Just get all the same things. These guys will most likely be kept together going forward as they have been. Don't often see shooter boys split up to cap or anything. Okay, gonna go for a power bash. That's what the war truck is great for. Gets you straight onto the power. And as we saw before, double shooters pretty good at this. Dacketing generators down. Storm boys with Tex, have a knob leader. And there's a slugger knob leader too. Storm boys jumping onto some shooters. The war truck allows you to reinforce in the field. But those guys are out of there. Best Noob needs to pull out now, I think. Death Dread is up for Best Noob. There's not a whole lot that Tex can do about it right now. Storm boys don't want to fight that thing in melee. Where is it? There it is. Stomping around awkwardly like a Death Dread should. Still in play here. Best Noob as well with the rest of the stuff. Boom. Decent rear armor hit. There is stuff inside of here. Is there? Oh, sluggers are inside it. Maybe Storm Boys as well? Yeah, Storm Boys also inside of it. Big old green skin brawl. No. I thought they were going to both get at their trucks and have a go. But a Death Tread broke it up. But it's clambering forward. Still nothing else on the mechs. The war truck of Tex did survive. It might be that the first war truck to go down decides the game here. There's a jump from Tex, he's going for it. Somehow stunned the units inside briefly there. Couldn't quite get it done. And here comes a Death Tread to help. They could just jump away from it now. And there you see it. Lost a decent amount of hit points though. It's a little bit of Daka and some burner. Here come Tank Busters now from Best Noob. Tank Busters now for Tex as well, of course. 218 to 353. 2-1 cap for Tex, but we're going to see maybe a triple. Oh, nothing's coming over here. Just stabilizing on the mid of it. What is this then? It's just some shooter boys hanging out, waiting for their shooter boy friends. Tank Busters of Best Noob are already up, and there's some repairs. No sign of a beamy death gun. They both have the knob leader, right? Yes. Looks like the mech boy of Best Noob is going to harass the southeast with the electric armor, perhaps. No, maybe not. Only has 27 energy. Can't even teleport onto them. Just going to try and get a decap, but it's going to be shot up here. Has to run, in fact. Level 2 Storm Boys. What about these fellas? Also level 2. Looks like Tex might be able to attack from two sides. Have a slight advantage there, but the Death Dread is a big equalizer of that. Goes straight for the war truck. Tank Buster's getting damage into Best Noob's war truck. Oh, but he gets the kill first. Needs to try and tie up those enemy Tank Busters, and in fact has. No, they're not tied up. They're still shooting. What a messy, orky fight. Awesome. Storm Boys wiping out some shooters. Who do they belong to? Who knows? Those were Best Noob shooters, I think. Oh, Tex might be able to get it down right here. Maybe. Does get it down, but can they get away now? Oh, they can. There is Call Da Boys from Tex, reinforcing his Storm Boys there. Global ability that all of the Orks heroes have. It's another Death Dread from Best Noob. Tex did lose a lot in that fight though. Lost the war truck, lost the Tank Busters, lost some shooter boys. Best Noob lost shooter boys and Tank Busters and war truck as well. But they have the Death Treads. Oh, they didn't lose Tank Busters, there they are. They just lost double shooters. That's what they lost. And the war truck. 218 to 307. Absolute mayhem in the mid there. Oh, now we have a big shooter for the mech of Best Noob. But it is having some words. Some orky words involving left hooks. Persuaded to leave there. Can he not left hook when he's got the big shooter? I didn't seem to be doing it. Teleports after him. He's got more DPS and more health, I suppose. Why not? There he goes. The left hooks are going in. There's more Daka on the mech boy himself. Stormboys tried to finish him off, but they got a weird staggered jump because the Nob leader came in late. Tech's going for some tank busters, but I think they might be done for here. I'm not sure if a single tank buster is going to be enough to deal with double Death Dreads when the Stormboys around. And the mech can just teleport in and tie them up, of course. Death Dread having some fun on the southeastern VP, level 2. Tank buster barrage, get some knockbacks. Smack and crunch. Oh, couldn't get a model on that hit though. No cap game, eh? Another Death Tread for Best Noob, and why not? What can Tex do about it? Keep churning out tank busters. We're not going to get tier 3, I don't think. But you never know. It's going to be a double for Best Noob. Death Dread is still fighting. Did he hit level 3? No. It's these guys that leveled up. Level 4 shooters here for Best Noob. Oh, they didn't lose both of their shooters. They lost sluggers and shooters. That was it. Getting mixed up by the portraits now. 202 to 240. Double cap for Best Noob. Most likely a triple. Something's going for that VP. Just no answer to the Death Dreads yet. Here we go. There's an answer. We might see Best Noob just tied him up here. Nope, just shooting him. Barrage is dodged. 174 to 240. It's going to be a triple cap for Best Noob. And this is going to be so tough for Tex to get himself out of, with triple Death Dreads on the field. And it's all because of that big rumble in the mid. Came out ahead on that because of the Death Dread, most likely. They are going to get this one. Oh, maybe not. One more volley, guys. Sluggers going in. Sluggers get it. They got one of them. They got one of them. There's the triple, though. 130 to 240. Tank Buster just hanging out on this VP. Death Dread and Stormboys hanging out on this one. And the other Death Dread is going to say hello. Doesn't have burners up, but there's tier 3 for Best Noob. Got triple Death Dreads. Upgraded 2 of them and still gets to tier 3 first. I guess this is why. No power going on here for Tex. Double cap now. Tex not giving up. Not giving up. Goes for the custom force field, which is not going to knock back the Death Dread, but it will knock back the Stormboys if they came into melee. But obviously Best Noob knows that the Death Dread can handle it, so those guys go to chop something else up. Level 3 and level 2 Stormboys. Oh. Some sluggers getting caught there. More electric armor. Down go the tank busters. That's got to be GG. Just 2 units left on Texas roster, and Best Noob is tier 3 imminently. There's the GG. And it goes to all. It's going to go to the final 5th game. Well played, Best Noob. He orked a little bit better here. I'll see you then, guys. Welcome back to Game 5, the deciding game. On Vulcan Pits, Best Noob has gone for a Plague Champion. Starts off in ranged combat with the damage of a time bot gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair. We have the Death Guard elite scheme. And the red side, Tex with a Commander Knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins in ranged combat with a twin link shooter, the Death Skulls elite scheme. No Imperial Guard then for Best Noob. Used those guys to great effect in Season 4 victory. Double shooters up. We have some heretics on the way after the CSM for best noob. Are they going? Nope, they're just capping this. Plague Champion capping the mid. And the Commando is going to harass the west side. Maybe chuck a stun bomb on some heretics and shoot them up. There they are. Doesn't have to throw it until they run at him, I suppose. Just get some Daka. Look at that damage. One burst of his twin link shooter there. Lucky to not drop a model, actually. There's a stun bomb. Might have been a little bit late. No, it's perfect. And these guys are going to be forced to retreat soon. Only one model down. Oh, two models. And he smacks him with his gun, which must be quite painful, to be honest. They only dropped... Oh, four models. Okay. Got double shooters over here too. Sluggers getting caught by CSM and the Plague Champion. No point in trying to rush that down. So there is a power... Natural power on both sides on Vulcan, with the natural VPs in the north and west. Here's the north one, here's the west. And lots of Daka on the node. Heretics with an aspiring champion and should be able to get that guy up and running before they rush in here. And with no big shooters to stop them, to suppress them, they're going to get all the way in. Where's the stun bomb? No stun bomb here. There's the Doom Blast. Those guys are going to have to run. And they're going to get on those fellas too. Maybe another Doom Blast, maybe. Always. Oh, they're down to 4 models. Oh, there's the Doom Blast. They're down to 3. I think they've done enough. Really surprised I didn't see a stun bomb. Was it still on cooldown? I don't think it would have been. Now it's just the Chaos Space Marine aspiring champion fella. Well, Heretic aspiring champion. You know what I mean. He's a melee marine that improves the health of the other models. Really improves their survivability, as you saw there. Commando's going to try and cap. Oh, because of the knife. He's going to one-shot him with Assassinate. Boom. There it is. And gets him to level 2. Heretics be gone. Can just replace them, of course, but they did spend 25 power or whatever it is on that aspiring champion. More heretics on the way. We're going to see at least one more aspiring champion because they need to spot the Commando. Sluggers are gonna hide the boys, and then they can rush the Plague Champion, or maybe the CSM. Where are the CSM? They are coming over here. They might rush the CSM with that infiltration up. It lasts a decent amount of time, at least 20 seconds or so. That stun bomb was dodged. I don't know if he can take that fight. The Commando, he's giving it a good go, but the Plague Champion's also shooting, and the Sluggers do get rid of the CSM with their burners up, but I think the Commando's done for. Yeah, Heretics in retreat path in case the damage over time is not enough. And oh, maybe they needed it too. But he goes down. The Sluggers are still infiltrated. There we go, now it's one off. CSM, no Eternal War for those guys. We have seen very, very light tier 1s from Best Noob so far in this semi-final. You don't want to take that fight, I don't think, Sluggers. Those guys have an aspiring champion, and there's Boltify in support. We have aspiring champions for both of the Heretic squads now. We've got big shooters up too on one of these shooter boys for the aim in. What's that? Sluggers down to 2 models, but they're okay. Commando not okay. He's twitching over there. He's going to push this side. I'm not sure if you should put your... Well, Best Noob's done it, so they must know something. I was going to say, I don't know if I would build up the power that's on the same side as my natural VP. Might be a better idea to build up the contested VP power, because if you lose an engagement on this side, you could get fully bashed and your VP decapped. Plague Champion's got a Bile Spear, as you can see, making very short work of the gens, and there's the Commando trying to get through the Bilious Discharge. He's not using the infiltration, that's because obviously the Heretics will see him, but you do get a small damage resistance when you're infiltrated and spotted, I believe. Aspiring Champion, Heretics with touch of Nurgle now. Incredibly effective global from the Plague Champion. Blesses them with Nurgle Filth. So when they die, they explode. Healing allies, damaging enemies. Great synergy, of course, with the Doom Blast. There it goes. Did get a CSM mod of the Commando there. Is he almost level 3? He is almost level 3. There's some Nurgle Worship for some health regen. Won't regenerate an entire model for those guys, though. So double shooters and sluggers. Can they deliver the sluggers safely using the suppression? It's going to be tough to outshoot them because they have this heavy cover here and Nurgle worship. Might have to get a little bit closer, start shooting the heretics instead. He did the right thing there, suppressed, but then maybe he should have gone and started shooting the heretics. A little bit of a dance here, nobody wanted to fully commit. Here comes the commando. Not sure where the Plague Champion is, he's back at base right now. Look at the rest of the map though. Best Noob done a fantastic job so far in this semi-final, contesting the map early with a small army. I didn't finish your reinforcement, heretics. CSM were in danger of dropping another model there. But here comes the Plague Champion, some Nurgle worship on him. But there's a bunch of Daka for him too. Don't need to run if they can shoot you, Mr. Plague Champion. Are you going to take this fight, Commander? Looks like they're going to take the fight with the Daka support. Some suppression for those guys. Here come the burners. Here come the slugger burners, I should say. And they might get a full bash here. Commander goes for decap. 466 to 404. Going to be a very quick bash with the burners and the shooter boys. Plague Champion is level 2. Does he want to come out of cover to shoot though? There's a bilious discharge. It didn't seem to hit anything. It might be so the sluggers can't move towards the CSM. But yeah, he's out of cover, needs to run away. Commando did get away. And a full retreat. Did get all the generators down and the decap. But look how much of the rest of the map they've given up. They don't even have this natural wreck point here, Tex. It is another very lean tier 1 for Best Noob. I mean, lean in terms of units. They have been upgrading their units. Aspiring champions for both of these guys, and we got a Bile Spewer. No Eternal War though, right? No. Blood Crusher on the way. Was expecting, yeah, Bloodletters or something. It's been cancelled. Maybe Raptors too. And Tex, obvious choice, is a weird boy, just so good against infantry, all of them. Still got 2 gens up here. We see Best Noob look switching to the other side to build the power. Very focused on the east, on the west side now this game. Sluggers might want to go off and start capping stuff. Where are they even? Oh, they are capping that wreck point back. It is Bloodletters from Best Noob. Bloodletters are demons with power melee weapons. They can teleport onto these shooters as a stun bomb. It's a good stun bomb. You guys should be shooting them, fellas. There we go. Not sure if you can take this fight, buddy. Plague Champion's shooting you as well. No, he's not. It was CSM shooting you. Plague Champion's here. Getting forced to retreat, trying to get a power bash. Sluggers all maybe tempted there to get on retreat path, but there were heretics around. Bloodletters are up. And here they are. Ready to teleport on you and slice you up. Sluggers are happy to fight him. And there's the Nob Leader, very happy to fight him now. Took out a model. No, they didn't. I thought I saw a model disappear. The Sluggers also didn't drop a model though. More Bloodletters. No, cancelled. There's some Nurgle worship. Demons benefit greatly from worship. So Bloodletters are loving it. It's a war truck, really. I guess it helps you deliver your sluggers safely. Maybe in a nice flank too. Commando's got his better combat kit. More health regen and more health. Can't argue with that. But can they get some points? Sluggers are going to go and try and cap the mid. Don't even have the natural power on this side. Look at that. Tier 3 for Best Noob. I assume they're going to go for a tank. Would love to see Terminators come out. Commando's trying to get into melee with some CSM. Did not see the bilious discharge. Heretics are just going to mob him. Oh, took out that CSM model. Was that an assassinate? It seemed to be. Gets doom blasted though and needs to run. 466 to 310. Sluggers piling into the war truck, not going for the flank. Just driving straight into the heretics here. Yeah, it's not going to be that long before a tank possibly hits the field for Best Noob. Bloodletters are phasing out of existence, and then they just run away. Got their pathing messed up by the war truck. Power bashing heretics and Plague Champion. Sluggers trying to get in behind. A little bit sluggish getting out of their war truck though. They can now drive up and bash the... Oh, there's only a node here. Well, they can bash the node. These guys can try and cap up these contested points. Commando, finally, goes to get his natural power back on this side. Still no Eternal War for those CSM. Poor bastards. We are going to get a bash here. Maybe a decap too. There's a bunch of stuff to defend if they need to. Heretics. What are they up to? Not decapping. Going in behind the power. Sluggers leveled up, I suppose. The war truck does have that big shoot on it, but doesn't do a lot of damage. Chopped up some heretics. Pretty good. Bloodletter's getting in on the shooter boys though. Might want to node this. Since we've been without power for a while, it's good to spread it out. Spread those nodes out. It is a Chaos Predator on the way for best noob. I wonder if we'll see a Nurgle Predator, since it will do worse against the War Truck, but it'll be great against everything else. I'd say just get a Mark of Khorne Predator. Would make short work of the War Truck. Not as tough as the Nurgle guy, but the weapons will do more damage. It depends. If you just stand in the Nurgle crap, it does a lot of damage to infantry. Weird boy for techs. We did see one. Brain is hanging out. Will help against those bloodletters, that's for sure. And these heretics, there we go. There's that warp vomit, just forced a retreat there. It's like a 6-second stun or something. It's pretty nuts. Tank. Man, that was one shot with no mark. Now, Tex has to get tank busters, right? They can't wait to tier 2. Tier 3, rather. There's a zap. I don't think looters with the beamy would be as good because of the bloodletters to teleport on them. Best noob bashing power with the bile spewer. Kind of being outmaneuvered here, Tex. Well, we are going to see a Mark of Nurgle Predator tank. Gives it way more health and health regen and meta resistance. You get a damage over time Nurgle cannon as well. And I think the heavy bolters on the side do a little bit of damage over time, like a tiny amount. But hey, all adds up. Commando, almost level 4. He has done quite well with that knife. Stun bomb and run, maybe. Stun bomb, and he's just trying to get far enough away from the heretic so that he slips back into infiltration. Taking a hell of a lot of damage trying to do this, though. Does get back in there. All sneaky-like. Good shot from the weird boy. It is tank busters on the way now. Has tons of red. So maybe a well-timed call the boys to make a big difference here. Bloodlet is teleporting in and scaring off those guys. Now we're going to see a power bash. And a decap. Tex is in trouble. Not sure if a single tank busters is going to be enough. Even if they hit a full barrage, is it enough to take out 1225 hit points? How much damage they take standing in that crap as well. It's nasty. Double cap here for best noob. 200 VPs or so lead. Weird boy gets caught by heretics. How have we not leveled up, guys? These fellas have. Tank busters need to reinforce. How much do they cost to reinforce now that they have a power cost? 1 power. Oh, that would have been a really good shot on those blobbed up shooter boys there. Didn't quite get it going. Now just stabilizing on the mid, best noob. Not capping this wreck point though. Sluggers doing their best to contest this side. Now they're going to go for a power harass, infiltrated by hide the boys. Heretics are there. Tank buster barrage. You know what? Did pretty well. Look at that. Got half the health of it. That was quite encouraging. But they're not going to be able to stand there and just let loose volleys of missiles with the Predator shooting at them. Sluggers have been spotted by the aspiring champion, and here come Bloodletters too. Gonna try and pile into the war truck, I suppose. Maybe. They're getting their path messed up by their own war truck. There we go. They're in there. Heretics flee. Shooter boys getting their natural victory point back, and the commando is on Best Noob's natural. War truck might go down here. Is he going to chase it? Doesn't want to risk chasing it with the tank busters in play. And the Wood Boy, of course, doing decent damage with his basic attacks. Barrage. Oh, if that hit fully, that might have been enough to get it. Gonna need some more anti-vehicle, I think. Oh, we have more tank busters. There we go. A double barrage, if it hits well, and then like a volley or two, will be enough. Because you haven't leveled up yet. Oh, Great and Clean One's on the way. Getting some repairs now to Curse Predator. He's telling Tex that the Great and Clean One's on the way. You've lost. I don't think they've quite lost, but it's going to be tough. They need to divide and conquer here. Just avoid the tank with everything but the anti-vehicle stuff. Cap the edges of the map. Keep harassing. Look for openings. But the Great and Clean One's going to be a massive pain in the arse. You could just sit it on this VP and nothing's going to be able to cap it. Except from maybe a Nob Squad, which isn't happening because they're not tier 3. We now have a... Oh, Looter's on the way. With a beamy def gun, probably. 370 to 178 on the VPs. Gets a 2-to-1, maybe. Best Noob trying to stabilize in the mid with a Nurgle Shrine on the way. Sluggers getting out. Double Tank Busters getting out. Oh, could they not have driven a little bit further and got behind the tank? Obviously, they didn't know exactly where it was. But if they went around a really wide angle, like around back to here, an opening volley on rear armor would really help. But I think the War Truck is done now. I think they've got it here. Bloodletters. Have they even lost a model yet, the Bloodletters? Maybe. Maybe they were reinforcing off the shrine, I'm not sure. Here's the Great Unclean One. Did a little noble vomiting. Tank Buster Raj, double barrage. Ooh, if it stayed there, that would have been enough. But it didn't. Sluggers are also, I think, going to drop. Nope. Nob Leader gets away. They're going to teleport after him, and that's going to be enough, I think. Although, Bloodletters aren't very good at chasing, yet they're not. They always seem so slow on their feet. I think they have standard 5.5 speed. I think, but it just seems so slow. Great and Clean One takes out the Weird Boy. This guy passively damages nearby enemies. Has some nasty abilities too, and as you may expect, from the look of his sword, the size of a war truck, is pretty devastating in melee. Bloodletters phasing out there. I don't think I've seen them drop a model. Best Noob gets his natural back. There's the 2-to-1, 3-4-1 to 1-7-1. Here are the Beamy Def Gun Looters. Tank Busters still have all their models. There's a barrage, double barrage in fact. As soon as you hear that, just move basically. Did a lot of damage though still. And of course the Commando can't get his own rocket launcher until tier 3. Which we might see now. Do they have enough VPs to hold on and delay for a tier 3? It's going to take so long though to get tier 3 and then save up for a Nob Squad or something. Yeah, a ton of war on the way for the CSM. I mean, it can be done. You can fight a tier 3 army with a tier 2 army. Just not the easiest thing, depending on the matchup. Boom. Smack. Why do you hit them with your gun? You've got a knife. Sometimes he just smacks them with his pistol. Pushing back Best Noob here. Yeah, Def Gun needs to move up a bit, I think. Oh, some rear armor hits. Big difference they make. Oh, they put the barrage on the shrine. Fair enough. If they went after the tank a little bit more there, I guess the heretics would have just come after them. Looters getting some shots on the Great Unclean One, but they need to be careful. Because, yeah, he's going to vomit on them. And it's not going to be pretty. Oh, there's more looters. For another beamy? Yep. Double beamy, double tank busters. All for this tank. And I guess they help against the Great and Clean One now. Here's another shrine. There we go. He's worshipping the shrine to get more heals faster and also to allow you to reinforce off it. Otherwise you just get the heals and the enemy suppression if they get close. So it must smell pretty bad. That's why it suppresses you, I suppose. Even Marines through their armor can smell it. 315 to 149. Some more repairs here. Heretics just hanging out on the VP. What's the commando up to? Not sure. That was a good shot on the double shooters though. And another decent shot there. Oh, Tank Buster Barrage goes for the Shrine again. Didn't get it this time. Bloodletter's gonna fight some sluggers. They're gonna get Nurgle Worship though. And they will win that fight with Worship, I imagine. Yeah, they're slicing through him. Slicing through him pretty well. A little bit of a charge for the Great Unclean One. The tank actually took a lot of damage there. Our Great Unclean One's just following them in. Oh, we might see a nuke. There it is. Imperial Abyss. I just saw the red disappear from Best Noob's resource bars. And that's got to be GG, surely. Yep, GG from Tex. Everything getting dragged in and torn apart by the nuke. So Best Noob takes it. Into another final. Well done to them. Just whacked out Tex's army there with a sync kill. And now bash the HQ a bit, I suppose. Where's the commando? Oh, he kills the Plague Champion. Then gets a decap. And then dies. Eternal War CSM almost at level 3, you guys. Tex must be typing something. 111. Another shrine going up. Just in case. You need some more foul Nurgleness. Just played the map so well late game. Early game as well. We're just stuck over here, defending the power over and over while everything else is capped. Oh, apparently Tex was distracted. Whilst doing puzzles, they say. Their Snoop got robbed. Oh, game 1. They're referring to the Swarm Lord bugging out in the first game. And they may have won that without that happening. For sure. Still smacking on this HQ. It does take a while. There's the concede finally from Tex. And well done to Best Noob. Maybe I should get the other semi-final done, eh? So we can see who they're up against. I'll certainly work on that. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.